Well, if you had Snow White is canceled on your cancellation bingo card today, congratulations, you've won. We've all lost, but you won. Apparently, the revamped ride at Disneyland has sparked backlash over the True Love's kiss, obviously the culmination that brings her back to life at the end. Quote, because she's asleep and not able to give the prince consent. Smash like if you just rolled your eyes. By the way, if you're watching this video and you aren't subscribed, I hope today will be the day that I earn your subscription. It's really important that YouTube sees new people subscribing, and it'll make finding my videos easier. And of course, I would really appreciate it. And who wouldn't want? I think you'll win. I'll win. We'll all win. So subscribe today. Now, a couple articles dropped today. Hilariously, point made, top comment, honest question, is mouth-to-mouth resuscitation okay if the unconscious person can't give consent? OMG, please, will this stop? If she did not approve upon waking up, she would have slapped him, not jumped into his arms. Seriously, whoever these bunch of critics are, they need to do one as in piss off. Nobody, I mean, I think society is finally getting fed up with this. And you know, for many of us, that happened, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. But I don't really care when you get here, as long as we can lock arms and say, enough is enough. I mean, most of the replies here are just absolutely destroying this. And part of the problem is these opinions get amplified, you know, by people like me. But I hope that what my amplification of them is that in ridicule and mocking. You can see this article has been shared 58,000 times. A revamped version of Disneyland's famed Snow White ride is drawing backlash for portraying the True Love's kiss scene, which critics say undermines lessons about consent, for portraying the prince kissing Snow White while she is asleep. She's not asleep. She's been cursed, but whatever. Previously focusing on the wicked queen known as Snow White's scary journey, the updated ride takes a more lighthearted approach to the tale and features fresh animatronics and all new scenes. The ride now culminates in the True Love's kiss, in which the prince, believing Snow White to be dead, kisses her, breaking the queen's curse that had put her into a deep trance. Yeah, right. That's the story. It's like these morons are allergic to context. A kiss he gives to her without consent while she's asleep, which cannot possibly be true love if only one person knows it's happening, noted reviewers from SF Gate. Haven't we already agreed that consent in early Disney movies is a major issue? That teaching kids that kissing, when it hasn't been established if both parties are willing to engage, is not okay. All right, here, I'm going to have a politically how do I say this? A politically incorrect take here. The people that have this opinion, look, consent matters in terms of, you know, bedroom activities, okay? But the idea that a man can't give a woman a spontaneous kiss is absurd. Now, when it's the mayor of a city and an unknown person or a intern, okay, we can agree that that's weird, creepy, and not okay. But if these people want to kill romance. 10 years ago, a common question about, like, you know, dating a romance, do you remember your first kiss, or who was your first kiss? that kind of stuff people remember, and they remember it fondly for the most part. The idea that as a part of romance, right? I'm talking about two people who are in some sort of, mutual relationship. You imagine being like, hey, could you sign this? Hey, I was thinking about spontaneously kissing you, shooting my shot, but would you mind signing this first? I can't imagine something that dries up a vag quicker than that. I just really can't imagine any woman being swept off her feet by a dude asking for permission to kiss her. That is just cringe. If you feel like you need permission, then you probably shouldn't kiss them. Does that make sense? You probably should, you should probably, evaluate why you feel like you need to ask permission. It's called reading the room. It's called, having game or understanding when that moment, when you lean in for that first kiss, you're putting it all on the line, and she might reject you. But if she doesn't, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I'm not making any apologies about saying that. Obviously, we would agree that, going up to a stranger or somebody else like that, okay, fine. But this is in the context of romance. And honestly, like, some dude gives you, you'll live. If some guy like leans in and you're like, psh, you'll live. All right. Yes, there are, in the professional settings, all these things where it's just weird or creepy. Okay. But let's not conflate that with like a dude shooting his shot, or a girl, by the way. I couldn't even imagine if some girl was like, hey, I really want to kiss you. Would that be okay? You know what? Now that you asked, no. That's just weird to me. Quote, it's hard to understand why Disneyland of 2021 would choose to add a scene with such old-fashioned ideas what a man is allowed to do to a woman, especially given the company's current emphasis on removing problematic scenes from rides like Jungle Cruise and Splash Mountain. This is what happens when you give these weirdos an ounce of power. Was the scene from Splash Mountain outdated and perhaps a bit cringy? Yeah. I'm not necessarily against updating that. What I'm against is like trotting it out like some PR thing, like you're some woke company, or bending the knee to 45 people on Twitter. All right. I'm not necessarily against updating the Jungle Cruise guy. Okay. But what I am against is doing it at the behest of faux outrage. Why not reimagine the ending in keeping with the spirit of the movie Snow White's place in the Disney canon, but avoids this problem? What is the problem exactly? What is exactly the problem with the prince saving her from a curse in a fictional cartoon? It's not the first time Snow White kiss scene from 1937 film was drawn concern over its messaging. In 2018, some loser professor at Osaka University, Japan, argued that the act of kissing a sleeping woman is terrible. The feminist academic, that's an oxymoron, who is 61 and probably never been kissed, went so far as to say that the stories of Snow White and Sleeping Beauty promote SV, sorry. When you think rationally about Snow White, you're not thinking rationally. The rational thinkers are like, oh, what a wonderful love story. The weirdos are like, oh my God, did she consent? I have to send a tweet about this. The film, The Evil Queen, jealous of Snow White's beauty, creates a poison apple that will put whoever it eats into sleeping death. The spell can only be broken by love's first kiss, but the queen presumes Snow White will be pronounced dead and buried before such a kiss can ever be administered. But the distraught seven dwarves are so upset on finding Snow White in the trance, but they cannot bring themselves to bury her, and instead place her in a glass coffin in a clearing in the woods. A year later, the prince... A year? Well, wouldn't they wonder about why she didn't... Anyway, it's a cartoon! The prince learns of Snow White's fate and visits what he believes to be her uncorrupted body. He kisses her, awakening her from her trance, and they depart to live happily ever after in his castle. I'm sorry, What's wrong with this? What is wrong with this? You know what it is? It's the happily ever after part. You know, people that, you know, live in this fake outrage world, you know, they're not happy. They're deeply unhappy. In fact, they're so unhappy that it makes them even more, that their only happiness is taking happiness from other people, ruining things, and talking about Snow White being problematic. When is enough enough? All right. Leave a like on this video. Leave a comment in the comment section down below what you think. I look forward to reading them. We'll talk to you again real soon.